Good afternoon. I'd like to thank you all for coming to this briefing, Gaza 1 year later, the quest for accountability. My name is Josh Bruckner. I'm the policy director of the U.S. campaign to end the Israeli occupation. We are a national coalition of hundreds of organizations working together to challenge U.S. policy toward Israel and the Palestinians to support human rights, international law, and a just peace. This briefing today is being co-sponsored by many different organizations. I'd like to thank all of them and hope I don't miss any. The American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, the American Friends Service Committee, American Muslims for Palestine, the Friends Committee on National Legislation, Jewish Voice for Peace, Just World Books, the Middle East Children's Alliance, United Methodist Kairos Response, and the U.S. Palestinian Community Network. Did I miss any co-sponsoring groups? Wonderful. Thank you to all of the groups for co-sponsoring. Thank you all for coming to attend this briefing. We're here to talk about the attack on Gaza by Israel 1 year ago, the implications of this attack, and the quest to hold Israel accountable for its actions. We're joined by 2 legal experts and 1 eyewitness photojournalist to the attack last summer. I'll introduce them all at the outset in the order in which they will speak, and then I'll turn it over to them, and then we'll open it up for questions at the end. Our first speaker is Iman Mohammed. She is the first female photojournalist based in the Gaza Strip, and her TED Talk on the subject of breaking gender barriers and covering Israel's attacks on the Gaza Strip was viewed by more than 1 million people so far in just a few months. She is also a recent contributor to the book Gaza Unsilenced. There should be some flyers in here where you can get more information about this book, which was released just a few weeks ago, I believe. After Iman speaks will be Brad Parker, who's with Defense for Children International Palestine, or DCIP for short. DCIP, a few months ago, produced a very important human rights report documenting how Palestinian children were affected by Israel's attack on the Gaza Strip, documenting deliberate, disproportional, and indiscriminate strikes that injured and killed children. We'll speak to that. And then our final speaker is Nadia Ben Youssef, who's with Adalah, which means justice in English, the Legal Center for Arab Minority Rights in Israel. Adalah recently submitted a report to the UN Commission of Inquiry on Gaza, documenting the flaws in Israel's investigatory process and the barriers to Palestinians in Gaza actually seeking redress for their claims through Israeli domestic mechanisms. She'll talk about that as well. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Iman.
Thank you.